All right. This is the first of two pure Hackmons matches today. Playing Gen 6. We have jb291 versus Ballfire. Both players leading with Moldbreaker. We have Moldbreaker Groudon and Moldbreaker Xerneas. Now, Xerneas on Moldbreaker does typically run a water move, so this Groudon should be pretty scared. Though Ferrothorn should be a pretty easy switch. It resists both Fairy and water. It's also immune to Spore as well, which Xerneas might want to be using. We see a Mega Diancie. Oh, looks like JB stays in, lets their Mold Breaker Groudon immediately get KO'd from Steam Eruption by Xerneas. Right, so out comes Regigigas. Wonder if this is Huge Power or Shadow Tag. Those are the two primary sets that it runs. Out comes King Shield. Oh, Regigigas' attack is going to be lowered. Right, now JB makes the Ferrothorn play. It's Mold Breaker Moonblast. Typically you see Judgment. I wonder if it's going to be a fire move as well. Steam Eruption, King Shield, Boom Blast. I assume the last move is Shell Smash, but... Right. So out comes Mega Gengar. It's not Mold Breaker. Makes me wonder if it could be Wonder Guard. Right, so JB has already revealed Pursuit. I expect to see a Baton Pass from this Gengar if it is Wonder Guard. If it's Prankster, maybe something like Destiny Bond could come out. Both players taking some time to think. Yeah, just a quick look at the team. This Diancie, since we already see Extreme Speed, oh, interesting, Spore. Regigigas is going to be put to sleep. It's going to be Substitute. Oh, it's going to wake up in one turn and hit that Gengar with a Pursuit. Interestingly, it is not Black Sludge. As I was saying, since this Regigigas is probably going to be using Extreme Speed, it makes me wonder if this Mega Diancie is going to run Mold Breaker instead of Pixelate. Having two Extreme Speed users seems a little counterintuitive. Right, Regigigas goes back to sleep. I think Gengar's going to try to Substitute plus Baton Pass here. See if it wakes up in one turn. It does not. Out comes the Baton Pass. Maybe into Xerneas, maybe this Mega Rayquaza is Mold Breaker. We see the non-Mold Breaker Xerneas. This one is probably Wonder Guard. Moonblast comes out to Giratina. With a special attack drop, it doesn't do very much. Swapping to that Ferrothorn. Immune to the attack thanks to Wonder Guard. Looks like Xerneas is going to Baton Pass again. Maybe into the other Xerneas, maybe into Mega Rayquaza, maybe into Primal Groudon. So this Groudon has revealed itself to be Mold Breaker. So we have a Mold Breaker Xerneas and a Mold Breaker Primal Groudon. It makes me wonder what this Mega Rayquaza is going to be. This Regigigas has slept for 3 turns, so if it has something like Water Shuriken, it could do a lot to this Groudon right here. It does have Water Shuriken. How many times is it going to hit? Only twice. Now, Primal Groudon typically run King Shield, so it is a little risky to click Pursuit here. However, if they do hit it, it could potentially put Groudon in very low HP. I'd say around like 10%, 20%. I overestimated it a little bit. Yeah, that Groudon, the next time it comes in, it's going to be real low. And so, looks like we have double substitute Baton Pass on this team. How interesting. Ballfire is really pressuring JB here. Interestingly, Ballfire brings out the Moldbreaker Xerneas against Ferrothorn, even though both Fairy and Water are resisted by Ferrothorn. I wonder if they actually have a move for it. Now, we don't know what the item on this Xerneas is. So the fourth move is Shell Smash. Shell Smashing again here is risky, because Ferrothorn could just Parting Shot into Prankster Giratina, which clicks Encore. JB is in a tough spot though, with this Xerneas behind a substitute. All they can really hope to do is just wall it with Ferrothorn. If it doesn't have a move that can actually hit Xerneas, then they either have to predict a Shell Smash like this and Parting Shot into Giratina, or, yeah, so now we're gonna probably see the Giratina come out, threaten Encore. It's a Mental Herb, so that's why Xerneas wasn't scared of Shell Smashing again. We are seeing some more Mental Herb usage in the recent months of Generation 6 per Hackmons. You see Mental Herb Primal Groudon more. I've seen Mental Herb Mega Rayquaza, and now we see Mental Herb Moldbreaker Xerneas. Seems like it really worked out. That that Giratina is now completely gone. This Groudon can do a lot of work, but this Regigigas in the back, Water Shuriken, of course, does threaten it. JB does typically like to run things like Gear Grind, Mega Scizor. Looks like they replaced Mega Scizor with Ferrothorn here. They used to run Scizor plus Swampert Wonder Guard core back in the day. They used to run that a lot. But it doesn't seem like Ferrothorn has Gear Grind. I'm sure they would have gone out to it by now. Right, Ballfire just playing it safe. So it is Moldbreaker Diancie. There is still hope. Moldbreaker Diancie, very powerful Pokemon, does a ton of damage. Oh, very unfortunate special attack drop. But we do see that Diancie is faster. Out comes Magic Code from Xerneas, bouncing back that Spore. JB's in a really tough position now. It's going to be hard to come back from this. Maybe Ferrothorn has Aromatherapy? Despite resisting both Fairy and Water, it's a little unclear whether... Oh, interesting. Ballfire's running a triple Mold Breaker build. You don't see that every day. So I think we're going to see an extreme speed come from this Regigigas here. Fake out. Ballfire misses Dark Void. Now they can either stay in, take a huge hit from extreme speed. Oh, their King Shield. Oh my. Yeah, JB in a very, very tough spot here. It's hard to imagine how they come back from this. They're down 3 Pokemon to 6. Their Regigigas can't revenge kill anything. Oh, but another miss means it can potentially get rid of this Mega Rayquaza. It looks like Ballfire. Maybe this is a predict on their part, clicking Dark Void again instead of King Shield. Yeah, with Regigigas asleep, if they get a one-turn wake up, well, even with a one-turn wake up, they would need a critical hit on extreme speed, right? Because it just doesn't do enough. So out comes Diancie. It does resist flying, but at half health. Oof. Uh, will this Diancie wake up? It will. It clicks Judgment. Now, if this Gengar has something like, oh, out comes Slacking. Is it going to be Shadow Tag? Seems like it is. Otherwise, I think JB would have switched there. And we see the forfeit. Well played from Ballfire. I stopped recording because I didn't know it was a best of three. Anyway, whew, that's my bad. I missed a couple turns here. Let's go back to the beginning. Right, so we Mega Beedrill versus Deoxys Speed. Deoxys Speed predictably puts Beedrill to sleep. It does often run Wonder Guard. Right, putting both Wonder Guard users to sleep, then switching out to the Mold Breaker user. Very common no guard stuff. How comes Trick? I think they were predicting Giratina here, and were trying to get a choice band onto it. Giratina recovers for whatever reason. Yeah, Regigigas is just going to keep on clicking Pursuit. It's unclear what either player hopes to accomplish in this scenario. Pursuit does have more PP, so if JB just keeps doing this, and Giratina doesn't have something like Will-O-Wisp, Regigigas will eventually win this matchup. It looks like Ballfire is trying to. I think what's optimal here is to just stall out as much Pursuit PP as possible. Because they won't be able to recover forever. Alternatively, they could just accept that, hey, my Giratina is going to be at like 5% the next time it comes in. Exactly, don't want to do that though. Yeah. Just looking at the rest of these teams, I'm expecting a huge power Mega Gyarados here. Maybe knock off or beat up, and then Pursuit Water Shuriken. Then fourth move is usually like Sucker Punch or Gastro Acid. We have a regular Gyarados here. It's usually Wonder Guard, but there's some other sets that have been run on it, like Magic Bounce, Prankster. I'm a fan of the Magic Bounce set because it comes in freely against Giratina and some other Wonder Guard users. Shuts them down pretty nicely. We've seen Arceus here. I'm going to guess this is also a Wonder Guard. Lepa Berry, surely? Not so sure about that. I think they're just trying to stall. They're just trying to stall as much Pursuit PP as possible. Looks like they got locked into Water Shuriken. Giratina can heal up and then switch out freely now. Looks like it was somewhat of a misplay on JB's part. I think they should have just kept kicking. Huh. They should have just kept clicking Pursuit over and over and over. There is no more Recover PP after all. It's probably safest just to click maybe like Taunt here to stop a Shell Smash, Curse in case they switch. Actually, Encore could be interesting because if you lock them into Encore, then you can go to Mega Gyarados and then Pursuit pretty freely to get rid of this Groudon, which is probably one of the biggest threats. Yeah, I think, in my opinion, Encore is the best play here. Right, looks like Ballfire sees it. Will we see the Mega Gyarados play? We do. Looks like they saw the same thing I did. Now they're clicking Pursuit. JB should be staying in here to click Thousand Arrows. It's safest for Ballfire to click Pursuit here, but if they want, they could get fancy and click like Water Shuriken, expecting a Thousand Arrows just for extra damage. Oh, critical hit does a lot. Oh, looks like it's not even gonna KO. Must be an extremely bulky Primal Groudon to live that. Right, out comes the Water Shuriken. That was just like a 50-50 coin flip. If they stayed in, Gyarados could have used Water Shuriken. If they switched out, it could have used Pursuit. Now, as Regigigas, we did see huge power last time. It's not Shadow Tag, right? Does this Regigigas have any coverage? Maybe something like Sacred Fire? It doesn't seem like it. Now comes the Arceus. It's not Mold Breaker. I think it's Wonder Guard, personally. I wonder if this Beedrill is running Taunt. Usually Taunt, Will-O-Wisp, Spikes, U-Turn is the standard set. It's a Magic Bounce Gyarados. That's why it did so little with Pursuit. Wow, that's interesting. I wonder if this is to try to like counter Giratina. Like anything Giratina throws at it other than Curse, you can just bounce back and then hit it with Pursuit. It's a King's Shield Deoxys. It's probably for Fake Out plus Extreme Speed users, if I had to guess. Things like Diancie or Regigigas. Kyurem Black and like Refrigerate Kyurem Black and Aerolate Mega Rayquaza don't really see much usage anymore. Although Kyurem Black was featured recently on an RMT from Ranze. Right. Now this Beedrill's just gonna do Beedrill things, taunt everything, spike everything. Out comes Chatter from Kyogre. Chatter being very annoying for Beedrill. Out comes Ballfire's own Beedrill threatening a Will-O-Wisp on this Gyarados. Are we gonna see a taunt? No, we see spikes. Makes me wonder if this Beedrill even has taunt. Because surely they would have clicked it. It's a much better play. Maybe they just want spikes that badly. Here comes the Gastro Acid. It does not get a one-turn sleep. Uh-oh. Looks like this Gyarados is going to come in and Shell Smash. Parting Shot. What can Ballfire do here? If this Mega Rayquaza is Mold Breaker, then they can go that, hit the Gyarados through its Wonder Guard. We know it doesn't have Magic Bounce. If they have, I mean, Choice Scarf, Mega Mewtwo X, depending on how many EVs it has in speed, is probably faster than this, if I had to guess. Mega. Right, Mega Gyarados is only 81 speed, so if it's Choice Scarf and has a certain speed EV, then it would definitely outspeed this. Um, I think we're going to see a Mega Rayquaza play here, since it's likely running Mold Breaker and will be able to hit the Gyarados. No, we see Beedrill actually. Are they intending to sacrifice it? Oh, it's Taunt Gyarados. which Ballfire's Mega Gyarados has bounced back. Now, depending on what moves this Gyarados has, what are we going to see here? We see a knockoff. Critical hit left on 1% HP. It looks like this. It looks like this is just going to be knockoff, maybe Crab Hammer as the last move. Ballfire not clicking recover. Why didn't they click recover there? I don't know. Anyway, it looks like they're going to try to get some extra chip with Water Shuriken before maybe going to Mega Rayquaza, maybe going to Mega Mewtwo X. I am not I'm not completely sure why they didn't click recover there, I'm gonna be honest. I think maybe it was just a misplay. Because after all, it does appear to be like a near perfect counter to this Gyarados. It's not Mold Breaker. Could it be Gale Wings? Like Choice Specs Gale Wings with Chatter. Or Life Orb Gale Wings with like Taunt and stuff. A Choice Scarf. Oh, it might be Shadow Tag actually. Something like Choice Scarf Shadow Tag. Right, looks like this Rayquaza is likely going to go down. Well, it's a 50-50. If they stay in, they get hit by Extreme Speed. If they switch, they could get hit by Pursuit. Looks like they were to get some Stealth Rocks up before they went down. If this Beedrill had Taunt, it would be extremely useful in this matchup. But it still hasn't revealed it. This Arceus, I wouldn't be surprised if it had Defog. Are we going to see a Taunt from this Beedrill? We haven't seen it so far. Ah, there it is. Yeah, if they keep spamming Taunt, they should just win. Oh, are we going to get a one-turn wake-up from Beedrill? Nope. It's time to swap to Kyogre. So what JB is going to try to do now is force Ballfire to switch back and forth between Beedrill and Kyogre forever, racking up enough Spikes chip so that one of them eventually faints. Well, it looks like that Arceus is going to go down. Right, but this Beedrill does still have the Gastro Acid effect. So if it so it is under this 50-50 pressure. If it stays in, it dies to extreme speed. If it switches, it could die to pursuit. So we have another coin flip here. Yeah, JB has been making some very good plays. Looks like they stay in Will-O-Wisp, but it's Lumberry. Ooh. Now Regigigas clicks Pursuit for free and Beedrill can't do anything. JB should take home the game now, because with this presumably no guard Deoxys speed and only one Wonder Guard user left. Ooh, things are not looking good. This Beedrill is not going to die from hazards. It's going to take 25% from Stealth Rock, another 16%. Oh, substitute Mewtwo X. JB shutting that down with extreme speed, though. Probably just sacking this Regigiga since it's no longer that useful because of the burn. Toxic spikes. And Mewtwo does not die to Pursuit. It will, however, die to Spike's chip. Oh, I was wrong. I did the math wrong. Beedrill does actually die. Yeah, that wake up from Kyogre was actually quite unfortunate because I do want to click Chatter on this Deoxys. We should be seeing a Sheer Cold from Deoxys now. So if Kyogre wakes up, then JB could win. If it stays asleep, oh, 3 turn sleep. Looks like JB wins this round. Looks like we're going to game 3. What interesting games today. Game 3 has started. Ballfire. Both unconventional teams from both Ballfire and JB. We see Electrode and Registeel from Ballfire, and we see a Zapdos from JB. Definitely not things you see every day. So I think this Electrode is going to be Wonder Guard with Substitute plus Baton Pass, is my guess. Maybe Gastro Acid as well. Oh, this is a Choice Scarf Mewtwo. Is it Huge Power? Is it Shadow Tag? Looks like it's Shadow Tag because it is stuck here. Now we're going to see some PP stalling, it looks like. I'll just skip this. Looks like this Electrode has finally fainted. It's been forced to struggle. Now comes Registeel. Mewtwo has revealed Low Kick, so this Registeel could just faint immediately. But it's Prankster Will-O-Wisp. Low Kick still does a lot, 65%. Now comes Parting Shot. Looks like we have a Poison Heal Giratina. So what are we going to see from this Giratina? We could see a potential Psycho Shift. We could see Will-O-Wisp, for example. We could see Curse is another option. Spikes. Now this is Zapdos. It typically runs Wonder Guard. Are we going to see a Defog from it? We're going to see an Aromatherapy. Heal that Mewtwo's burn. Slacking, trying to use Trick, but it fails against the Substitute. Why does it say there's only one user right here? Now this Zapdos is going to get up spikes. So I think this is going to be Wonder Guard Slacking and a Wonder Guard Electrode is what this team composition is. With Pixelate Diancie and Mold Breaker Mega Gengar. That's my guess. On this side, we see Wonder Guard Zapdos and Wonder Guard Blissey with maybe huge power Mega Gyarados, Mold Breaker Mega Rayquaza, Prankster Giratina, and then looks like Shadow Tag Mewtwo. We see Prankster, Gastro Acid, Giratina. Definitely not something I expected to see. Looks like Ballfire is going to be sacrificing the Registeel here. Out comes Mega Diancie. Now, you're right. JB does have two Wonder Guard users that shut it down. Are we going to see a Boom Burst from Diancie, perhaps? No, we're going to see Stealth Rock. But this Blissey does have a Defog. It can just get rid of all these hazards. Unless Diancie maybe has Taunt, which would be funny. Fake out Extreme Speed, Stealth Rock, Taunt. Yeah, there it is. Looks like this Slacking is going to be able to trick again. Successfully get the trick off onto Blissey. Now this Zapdos is quite fast. It's faster than a Choice Scarf Slacking. It probably means this is running minimum speed, if I had to guess. Here comes Mega Gyarados. Now this Mega Gyarados can click Pursuit, and even without Dread Plate, Giratina will die from this range if it tries to switch out. If it clicks Knockoff, however, Giratina just always dies. Scald. Is it going to burn? It will. Ooh, very unfortunate burn. This Giratina now completely walls Gyarados. Scald Giratina. While somewhat unexpected, it does make sense on a Poison Heal set, as it does shut down Primal Groudon quite well. Right, and because of this burned Mega Gyarados, we see a King Shield here. Sucker Punch fails. So is Ballfire going to attack with Gengar and risk taking a Sucker Punch, or are they going to switch out? Ooh. Oh my. They have to stay in now. If they switch out, they're just going to die to hazards later. But Water Shuriken, however, will pick them off. So this Mega Gyarados, even while burned, still does its job of taking out this Mega Gengar. Out comes Giratina, though. Looks like Ballfire's going to have to rely pretty hard on this thing. But with its moveset, it's unlikely to be able to do much against the two Wonder Guard users, Zapdos and Blissey. If it had something like Psycho Shift, it could maybe eventually beat them with like Toxic damage, but I'm not completely sure. Yeah, Diancie can't do much. Zapdos is just going to get up all the spikes. Ballfire has no defog available. Looks like still, looks like Diancie wants to get up Stealth Rock too. Yeah. Yeah, if I had to guess, we could easily just see a baton pass to Blissey. Oh, gets to Blissey immediately. So now it gets to defog. Very unfortunate. I think JB has two win cons here. They can either get up a whole bunch of hazards and then PP stall this Giratina, or they can substitute plus Baton Pass into something like Mold Breaker, Mega Rayquaza. This Diancie being used specifically for Stealth Rock. Right, this Blissey is gonna. Oh, if it uses Roost, oh, maybe a misplay from Ballfire. I think Whirlwind would have been better. Because if it clicks Recover, then it can't get hazards off. But if it clicks Defog, then it could potentially die to hazards later. I think Whirlwind was a better play there, personally. Giratina looks like Ballfire being very reckless with Spike's PP. Definitely not what you want to see when your opponent has 22 Defog PP left. I don't think Ballfire has much of a win condition anymore. Now that they have less PP on Spikes than Blissey does on Defog. Looks like JB wants to keep the hazards up. Now, Electra versus Renze is starting soon, here in about 10 minutes. So if this game somehow takes longer than that, it could be very annoying for me personally trying to record it. So we see the Gyarados sacrifice as Slacking recovers. Oh, comes Mega Mewtwo-X. This Slacking is going to feint the low kick. And now Ballfire's only going to have two Pokemon left, Giratina and Diancie. But yeah, as I said, I don't think Ballfire can realistically win this. Both players taking a while to think. Oh, wait. This Slacking has Shed Shell tricked onto it. So that's why they're taking a while to think. If Slacking stays in, Mewtwo could use Low Kick and one-hit KO it. But if they switch to Giratina, thanks to all these spikes, Beat Up could do a lot to it. In my opinion, it's safest to just sacrifice Slacking here. It's not doing much in this matchup anymore, regardless. Yeah, Ballfire really taking a while to think here. But yeah, in my opinion, there's no need to risk your Giratina going down. I think just sacrificing Slacking is the best play here. It's not doing a lot, and it's much safer. Will JB predict? They do not. Looks like it paid off. Yeah, it looks like it's here. 11, 6, that makes 17, 27, 30, so 36. Oh, I was completely off, it seems. Because even with the Spikes chip, due to Poison Heal, it just would not have mattered. Ballfire continuing to be reckless with Spikes PP. Out comes Mega Rayquaza. It is Mold Breaker. I think we're going to see an Oblivion Wing here just so it can heal itself. It can't actually beat this Giratina 1v1 because of the healing and... Oh, critical hit does quite a lot though. Yeah, it can actually beat. It cannot actually beat the Giratina 1v1. Yeah, we're gonna see this own Giratina here. Probably gonna Gastro Acid. You know, make this start taking damage from Poison Heal. Looks like JB just goes ahead and roosts anyway. Probably a safer play, to be honest. Looks like Slacking finally gonna get a defog off. So it looks like this game is gonna go on for a while longer. Yeah. If Electra versus Ranze starts before this ends, I'm simply going to stop recording this and switch to that game. The other game is going to be far more exciting anyway than whatever this is. Diane's going to take a little bit of damage from Chatter. Now comes Giratina. Now comes Blissey. Yawn. This is boring. How does Ballfire even win here? How does JB win, actually? How do either of these players win in this state? Giratina has like no spikes PP left compared to the defog. Zapdos has, to be fair, Slacking also has a lot more defog PP than Zapdos does. So if either player wants to win via hazard chip, it's gonna be very tough. Actually, because of that, I think Ballfire might be in a better position. Because with this around, Rayquaza can't actually, do much. It can hope for a strange play. It can hope for a critical hit right now. Or maybe it has taunt or something. 83% is so much. Out comes Giratina. It should be cooking Gaster Acid here, right? I think I think that JB should switch to Mega Rayquaza. That also works. You know what? That was actually smarter. Oh, wait, what? They don't go to Mega Rayquaza. They don't go to Mega Rayquaza here. But Mega Rayquaza takes a kill here. Diancie can't switch in with all those hazards, neither can Giratina. Oh my. Well, looks like Ranze versus Electra is starting in just a couple minutes, so I'm gonna stop recording this boring mess. Yeah, JB seriously misplaying by not going to Mega Rayquaza to pick up a free KO. I don't know what that was about. They had to sacrifice either Slacking or Giratina to revenge kill with Diancie, so yeah, I don't know what that was about. Anyway, I'm stopped recording this because it's boring, and Ranze versus Electra is going to start very soon. So goodbye. Well played to both players. I guess we'll see how this turns out later.